Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. I'm reading a little bit of a meme here. This guy claims that missed a day of work and my check was $200 less. Work one extra day and I only made $720 more. I'm guessing that he's salaried or something. But I had a similar experience at my last job, and I learned the hard way that a lot of times when I do a really good job and hit the ball out of the park, the main reward / thank you I get from that is, well, even more work. Sometimes even more less convenient work. You know, as a private tutor / I'm a professor now. A lot of times, people see that I go above and beyond, and so they can manipulate even more work out of me. And unfortunately, I don't want to slide in that direction again. I learned it's very difficult to hit the ball out of the park without being exploited. I really learned that is a very difficult balance to make, which is why I really love, part of the reason I started my art career with Bismuth and now with Tin is because Bismuth and Tin don't reward good work with even more work, right? They reward me with bigger piles of Bismuth and Tin, right? And I really love that. They reward me with, well, sometimes if I do really well, I could even accumulate some other metals, right? Although lately I've been all in on Bismuth. Not so much the Tin. Tin just sells better, but I mostly accumulate Bismuth as my currency of choice. But I don't get rewarded with good Bismuth art by requests to do even more at an odd hour, right? If anything, sometimes I reward myself with a vacation, right? At the last job that I worked at, I had a falling out where I rage quit. What had happened was I was getting all these odd hours and no time to eat, and I was making I had no time to even clean up the break area after eating, because keep in mind, they don't even have a kitchenette. And one day I was getting ready to leave for a long weekend, and my boss told me, hey, could you please clean up the break room? And I'm thinking to myself, gee, the only reason the break room is a disaster is you're causing, because you call me last minute and you think that I'm available. So I basically, without using the words, I basically said fuck you to him. I left for my long weekend. Needless to say, when he called me back, we had a falling out over that. And so I guess I'm not too upset when I see this anymore. I need to take the lessons I learned from Bismuth, where I actually get rewarded for good work, and negotiate like it were Bismuth at my job at the community college where I work at. So I'm glad I learned the lesson, the dichotomy of how work is rewarded at my job and with my art career, and try to take what I learned from my art career and move it over to my job somehow at the community college. This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.